Their aggression is just, I mean, it's surprising because, as you highlighted, when they come to these international tournaments, so many young players can't always translate how they play domestically onto an international stage. They see those nameplates, they see these historic figures, and they get worried. But these players don't care. They show up on the Rift, they do exactly what they're supposed to do, and so much of that is driven by that man in the jungle.
Histo, a player that I'm personally so excited, right? He is the new youngest player. It was Hongq at MSI, the new youngest player on the stage. And going up against Inspired, this is going to be a crucial matchup we have to look at. But again, the youth, the confidence on this stage. Bro just turned 18.
Wow.
He's a bubba. He's out here just taking names. He's going and he's taking risks. And I'm not going to lie, they haven't all been good risks, but I love to see an explosive player like this.
But I think with how we've set this matchup up, yeah, Inspired is that cerebral jungler and obviously trying to play to get the team ahead as a whole and playing maybe a bit more about the camps, but I feel like with Histo, it has been about setting the pace of the game. It needs to be that against FlyQuest. You need to be pushing the pace of the game forward because, as we said, when FlyQuest, when Inspired gets ahead, it's really hard to break out of that. I don't think you can go into that and just expect to be able to team fight your way from a deficit. We've seen that hasn't worked domestically when teams have gone up against FlyQuest, so I think Team Secret Wales really need a banger performance from Histo here.
It really is a contrast of styles between these two junglers. The veteran that we're seeing on our screen right now is the guy that controls the game. He kind of moves the pieces on the Rift to where he needs them to be to set himself up for success. So we know his synergy with Busio has become fantastic throughout the year. Meanwhile, on the other side, Histo is all about that aggression, that self-identity and agency that he takes in the game to make sure that the game is going his way. And it's going to be a question of, can Histo show up on the day? Because we know that FlyQuest are coming in as the favorites in this matchup. They want to get out of this group stage, similar to what we saw from last year. And I think that given what we've seen from them so far, I mean, I guess that's the big question. What have we seen from them so far? Because they fell short to T1. They had a strong performance against Vivocade. How will they handle this aggression this time around?
And I think especially when you look at some of the other teams are in the 1-1 situation, the fact we have Gen.G against T1, if T1 win against Gen.G, if Gen.G go to that 1-2, it is going to be really scary. You do not want to lose this match, potentially go down to that 1-2 spot, have to play against Gen.G in an elimination best of 3, a team that have been so consistent best of 3s. A win here is so meaningful. A loss here could put you in such a dire position.
And remember that FlyQuest feel like the strongest team that we've seen performing across LTA and LEC. I think they bear a lot of the hopes of the West as a whole, especially of the LTA. So to lose here would shatter a lot of that hope, shatter a lot of those initial expectations. And I think it's a super high stakes scenario to be in. Team Secret Wales, again, playing to surprise, playing to further prove that the LCP as a region, as a whole, can be dominant, can be that big force. But to be honest, we're just going to have to see who comes out. It's a best of one. Anything can happen. Let's get in to Swiss Day 4.
Hell yeah. Do it.
As Juro is just another target, Brawler was fed the hope of Gen.G, but even he is not enough.
They got the better of Gen.G.
We're going to change the thumbnail in a second to you guys.
발도전이라서 한 번 실패했다고 해서 더 이상 포기하지 않고 앞으로 계속 나아갈 수 있다는 마음가짐을 가져야 한다고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
Faker runs back to the base, but this game's done. That one T1 loss, it ain't the same, is it?
네, 저희가 오늘 지긴 했어도 그래도 저희가 또 보여줬던 좋은 모습들도 많기 때문에 네, 상대하는 팀들이 많이 의식을 할 거라고 생각합니다. 지금까지 티어는 높은 산들을 넘어왔기 때문에 이번에도 그럴 수 있을 거라고 믿습니다. 저희가 상처를 입었지만 저희가 입은 상처보다 더 많은 상처를 내드리도록 하겠습니다.
Very few people thought that they could do it, but they have just struck fear into every team that we're on.
I don't feel any pressure. I just want to win every game.
Top Esports able to do what BLG could not.
We lost against TS because our mistakes, but I think if we play well, we can win next match too.
Delight had us in the first half. The rest of it looked groundbreaking.
지금 로스터에 있는 선수들로 다 우승을 할 수 있다고 생각을 하고 저와 제 팀원들은 모든 걸 이룰 수 있습니다. 귀드 선수 빨리 집으로 보내드리겠습니다.
If you think we are weak, remember, BLG thought so too.
No? That wasn't the
觉得今年其实3支 LPL 队伍都非常强吧。
The LPL
Goes 3-0 here on day 2.
This is what you can expect from one of the best regions in the world.
这是我们的主场，所有粉丝都在与我们并肩作战。我觉得一干一池队的野，我们是基本没有什么怕的对手吧。
A convincing stomp from BLG.
Oh my god！ 我们会把你送下去的。We're looking to make everyone proud.
Top Esports coming out swinging. They'll take down G2.
But first, we have to focus on ourselves.
G2 woke up and chose violence.
We're going to show confidence, resilience, and we're gonna give it our all.
Let's get the shattered.
In best of ones, you have to be more clean.
FlyQuest back to business as usual and finally find that 1-on-1.
Unless you don't have
Mistakes are
permissions,
high.
no, I guess you must
A
do.
singular mistake can cost you the whole tournament.
Em cảm thấy khá là háo hức khi mình có thể được 1-1.
LCP on the board first in a big way. Second seed, do it right.
Tụi mình sẽ cố gắng về và tập luyện tập trung hơn để có thể
Game used to go down in volume when we get into it, apparently.
dù
So.
đối thủ có lạ sắp tới
Sam had it on a mere master
tự tin
settings,
chiến thắng họ
basically,
100%.
I think.
To our next opponent, believe me.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we've been bouncing between different bits of content, so I had to shift all of my camera and audio gear into my room to record some stuff for Go to Vyote. And then I've just brought it back in now, which is why we're a bit slow to start today. So,
I will go back to yeah, no, I boiled it for you guys.
which is, yeah, well, yeah, I know, which is why when I boiled it, I was like, it was very quick. That's why I say the kettle's boiled. I'm not saying, Sam, I'm not saying I boiled the kettle. Technically I did, but I re-boiled the kettle. But I was saying, Sam, you'll notice the wording was, kettle's boiled. Yes, no, it's very kind of you, Sam. I appreciate it. I didn't want to interrupt you mid-flow of fixing things, so I am.
Kobe sounds better, as you'll be alongside with me for 4 awesome games today, which I
Oh, so Star's doing all of them today.
teams are standing right now. We've got some good teams in this lineup.
Yeah, and I saw Nuke up there already scratching his head. Coach of FlyQuest
yeah,
trying to
that makes
figure out what to
sense.
do
Wait,
with
is
the
that
pick
true?
bands here.
Is that good or bad?
I guess they can switch
Honestly,
out that
I think
switch
it's
today.
good.
Okay.
So both, it's interesting because we always talk about Busio Bard, but Taki plays Bard a lot as well, so we assume that is going to be pretty contested in this one. Last time around, you know, FlyQuest led the Bard through versus T1, gave it to Carrier. They bit the bullet on that one. Mid lane, though, is definitely a big focus. One thing with Dyer is he's not that great at, like, Talia and Azir. So sometimes you have to worry about that, but we'll see.
Alright, so just gonna sort out some stuff in the background. I know we're into draft. I mean, we're just looking at as equals, like flipping stuff, right?
Mid laners, and so taking those two out early. Wukong still up though, and to me, with the fall of favor of Jarvan, even though I still think the champ is fine, really liking early Wukongs. Even early Trundles have had a lot of success for jungle.
And I mean, other 80 carries as well to mention for first pick, as Talia does go as well. If we're going for what could be blue side one, we have seen Caitlyn here and there. We've seen Sion as well. We know it's FlyQuest, and I know Masu feels like such a great Kai'Sa, but so is Eddie. So maybe there is some priority in taking away comfort for a single BO.
Well, I got some lore for you because Bwipo always hovers Kai'Sa, and
I know that too as well.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
It's more of a shout out, but it does mean that the first pick is more highly anticipated here. Although dive comps are very successful.
Yeah,
there's the Wukong I was talking about. Really feel like that is just king of the jungle at the moment, just because your team fighting is so good. And Wukong as well fits into the way that FlyQuest like to play the game.
Yep.
They do like to be controlled and keep inspired on very efficient farming. Up until they actually bring together some of these team fights, they really like to build for these full 5-on-5s, not necessarily rushing into anything too early. Meanwhile, TSW love rushing in, and so they're the ones that go Aurora Kai'Sa for the engage.
They like smash face, and so far I see that as a comp that can really send it. Let's see how Fly respond. As you said, you know, we've already got inspired on something solid for the team, but pairings are super important when you already see Aurora on the board. Potential flex, but we're assuming we'll most likely go mid.
Yeah, you know you're facing just dive comp here, so preparing for that. This is, thankfully for FlyQuest, something they are used to playing. You know, they're used to playing 100 Thieves in the LCS, which is a very aggressive team that likes to fight a lot.
This can't play Azir or what? No, Quad definitely can. Quad's definitely played a load of Azir, but yeah, Azir, you're absolutely right. Azir being unpicked and is quite different.
Brick wall of a front line. The Sion super early for Bwipo. and the Wukong already in place for Inspired, so I think they're feeling quite good. We'll see about if they want other anti-dive or, you know, like counter-engage type stuff to round it out.
Both there, Alistar gets locked in. Quick side note, first time Whippo is not on the Mordekaiser, which has just been his, I guess, small answer into tank matchups for this tournament. But it is nice to see him on a completely different role instead of that AP Juggernaut top. As we digress and see if TSW going to match this Alistar, because
okay, sorry folks, I had to sort out some stream information stuff in the background. Now I'm actually locked in. Qiyana, I mean, Qiyana has been only really an LPL LCP thing so far, and the other regions haven't really found a way to deal with it very well. This is the kind of comp which can occasionally just go through your front line and reach the back line, which can be a problem. Because you're playing around the front line of the Sion and stuff. Dude, I'm so surprised that teams are not just slamming Trundle when Sion's locked in. It completely kills the champ. In a lot of ways.
A kind of solid team comp and try and protect their normal carries that you usually get here for Quad and Masu, where you expect Quad to go just whatever sort of stable control mage will be left up. Looks like TSW are trying to target Masu and take away safe for 80 carries, because he knows he's going to have to survive quite a scary dive.
Yeah, and how does he thrive there? I mean, other 80 carries, Kobe will start throwing out things like Ezreal maybe, if there is enough damage, pending on...
They want to ban away anything which kind of skips playing around the front line. Stuff like Rumble, which kind of ignores front line. They have a strong front line right now in Sion and Alistar. But it doesn't matter if you've got stuff which can throw an equalizer beyond them. So FlyQuest really wants to remove stuff which doesn't interact with front line. Kai'Sa sadly is already through, which is one of them. Aurora's kind of one of them too.
Yeah, Aatrox is another
much better
good option up there. Yeah, okay, so Victor, one of the other control mages we were talking about, Quad had a really good Victor game.
batting away some of the more
pretty smooth
survivable or self-peel carries.
Being the biggest damage dealer of the entire match. So, not too big of a surprise there, but let's see if there's...
Some people are going to make out like bandits and channel points. Didn't Harold gain like 150k? Or something like that for the CFO T1 game?
They do have the Alistar already, a little bit of protection. Yeah, there you go, the Poppy support banned out. I think that's wise considering the Alistar and the Wukong that they already have.
So you just pull out the Nautilus here, match into support, and then leave that Aurora still technically as a flex. I mean, coming from EU, we have seen it top plenty of times into tank matchups because it'd be quite annoying to lane. So I think when the lane swap comes through that it has been considered quite useless as...
So what do you do that gets through the front line? I mean, Mordekaiser is actually pretty good. Oh my god, he's playing against the Mordekaiser now. Alright. Because I do like that though, I do like that. I think what Secret Worlds want to do is just have champions which just don't interact with regular 5v5s. Being able to remove a tank is kind of big, right? So what you do is, if you're going around an objective, you can actually just ult the frontliner so your team has a free chance to engage on the backline.
And then
Mod removes the front line? Exactly. Okay, so now you get the Azir. Hang on. This has got to be one of our very first Azirs of Worlds. We haven't seen any Azir pretty much, have we?
Plenty of threat themselves, and so could become problematic for FlyQuest. But FlyQuest, as we said, want to build
they might do the Taeyin swap if they lock in Vayne or something like that. It's not a very good Vayne game. It's fine, but not a very good one. Actually, it's not too bad thinking about it. I would have been. I mean, it would have worked better with a different team for yourself, but it's very good against like the Mordekaiser and stuff. Cap's lost on Azir. Oh yeah, true.
Side note that we've gone past is Azir gets locked in, usually perma-banned in the tournament so far. It's been picked up one other game, and the fact again that we're just seeing it fly through to the end of stage towards Quad with the Corki you just mentioned solidifies that front to back you were setting up before for FlyQuest. What an easy draft to operate.
Yeah, one of the big reasons for Azir kind of dropping priority is the recent changes, you know, kind of nerfing the early game. So we'll see about the scaling for FlyQuest. This is pretty often what they try and do. You know, if they're facing an aggressive team like that, they'll try and scale into some
in terms of full comps.
It makes me a little nervous, though. Vietnam,
I think Secret Worlds have ways to randomly get through the front line. The Rakan is also there too. If you manage to somehow ult out either the Sion or Alistar, and the other two frontliners are out of position, you can kill the carries. I think it's quite hard to get the golden road for Secret Worlds, though. It's very hard to get the golden road. Like the golden line in a team fight. where you don't have to worry about the Cyclone, you don't have to worry about the comboing Alistair with ult on, you don't have to worry about a Sun charging Q in your face.
We talked about a lot of snowballing that could happen in this comp, and that's what you want to see. When
Does LPL play Qiyana as well as LPL? Well, Junjie from CFO does. Now we get to see if Secret Worlds gets to play that as well too.
I am a little nervous for FlyQuest. I mean, again, they're very accustomed to doing this, but if you
So Secret Worlds have a bit of a, this is an X Factor comp, right?
And do nothing, and then you lose and lose and lose and lose stuff on the map, then it's very embarrassing. But if you scale, and then you win the mid-game team fights,
then it's not embarrassing.
Then it's great. Then it looks great. So
we don't want FlyQuest to be embarrassed, do we?
People will be ready to say, "Oh wow, you just you know, didn't do anything and then lost." But
I love you covering all angles, making sure we're going into this one with everything covered. Welcome back to Worlds. It has been a privilege and a pleasure so far. I mean, it is delivered. Our 1-1 teams look great for the runner today.
So, they're definitely expecting a lane swap here, as the Sion Mordekaiser matchup is annoying. And the ward in the side brush is already there, our expected lane swap detecting ward, but Whippo kind of shows to give false info, and he's going to stay up there. Interesting. So, Whippo is going to recall a little bit later. I assume he's recalling. Okay, good. Yeah, he's recalling. Masu's headed over through jungle. See if they actually complete it. Yeah.
This comp comes down to, are jungle and AD good enough to outplay and carry the game mechanically? I think Mordekaiser is part of that too, right? And I think that, no, I think actually it doesn't, I don't think it has to be just play to carry. I think, you know, Aurora can get a lot of damage through the front line at points as well.
We do get supports landing with bottom for...
okay, so we get the Taeyoon swap. Corki very, very good in the 1v1 top lane. And we were talking about this a little bit before. So LCP and LPL have some experience, VCS as well, from the year before, and PCS from the year before, of 1v1s for side select. And we learned that Corki was really, really broken in 1v1s. Corki was pretty much permaban, or picked. Draven was in there too. Lucian, Heimerdinger, Jace, Renekton, who tended to be the big ones, a little bit of Volibear, tiny bit of Zed. Orianna is there too. Orianna's really, really broken. Pretty fun comp from Secret Worlds. So FlyQuest have really big frontline, but Secret Worlds have a comp which is like kind of designed to just kind of ignore the front line at best case scenario. So you can like use the Mordekaiser to ignore the front line at points. And then you've got a load of diving champions which go very, very deep.
Yeah, they do as well with the Mordekaiser and the Qiyana and stuff.
Folks, in the chat, is game volume good? It looks great, and then you realize that you have instead, you know, been Kaiser passive. Is game volume okay?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a fun lane here.
Okay, it's good now? Perfect. Cool.
The beef balls here versus a regular.
And they're team swapping.
Meanwhile, on the top side,
I mean, we did see in the LPL 1v1 side slays that Corki is very, very, very broken in 1v1s.
Yeah, he's pretty annoying.
A little bit of a camera pan before, and Masu missed some CS, but still applying.
Getting Rakan Qs is very good for lanes like this. You're actually losing push against the side. I will say, Whippo and BitVC have been doing a very good job of trading there.
They have, actually. Although, this man might get a bit nasty. Kaiser passive.
Hey, we're doing alright, Aggro.
Kaiser passive.
Foster attack, okay. Foster attack, I can do that. There you go, it'll work well enough.
You'll pay for it later. So they do back off. And they
how are the rest of the lanes going? Well, Hero's actually picking up farm in top lane a decent amount, losing a little bit, but yeah. I don't know, oh, is the... maybe I didn't turn it on at the thing.
Are they going to try and just sacrifice the Sion, get the zombie?
They're going to try the very least. We've got instant flash, double matches, over back into the turret. Histo gets out because Eddie was tanking for the time being first blood to the Whales.
Super good juggle of tower aggro there.
Nicely done to get the kill as well onto Whippo, although what was happening?
My bad, I was turning the power charger on for the...
so it looks like the Qiyana flashed in to make the play happen when with the longsword back. With the longsword back.
Yeah, it's been kind of standard for 3-camp longsword back for Qiyana. Which, stuff like Zed and Qiyana doing that, it gives you an unexpected amount of power, because even if you're playing very strong early champions like Pantheon, Vi, Wukong, well, with less Wukong, Jarvan. If you're playing against a champion which is technically weaker at the same level but has a longsword, it changes the matchup. And that thing is really annoying because a lot of junglers move around the map assuming they win certain points in the matchup. But after 3 camps, you think, oh, you know, I could evade for their 6th camp or something like that, and actually they come in with a longsword instead, you lose that fight. The same with Scuttles is the big one for that.
And I think that the other thing is it changes gank timers, because one of the reasons one of the things that happened probably mid-2018, arguably, actually, basically post the Camille jungle gank at level 2 arc of jungle. They they kind of really nerfed early ganking jungle XP, in the sense that there used to be that Lee Sin, Elise, Rek'Sai, Camille, 2 style of junglers, 2 camp gank, 1 quadrant gank, coming at weird times, and laners were just getting really annoyed basically that junglers were turning up in their lanes on weird timers and forcing minimum flashes and causing us chaos.
Because the thing is, it felt like they gave up nothing to do it. And that was the problem. It was like, wow, they can just do 2 camps and be anywhere and just like destroy one area of the map. And then, particularly at certain points, particularly in Season 8 and 9, it was a problem because they didn't give up much, and then they ended up becoming just ridiculously strong. They were the strongest people on the field.
So yeah, the thing for me, at least for Season 8 and 9, is they changed the things around, so early ganking wasn't as good, and instead that was the meta of Graves, remember? And Lily, that was when Canyon came into play.
Kiana, Lee Sin, remember FPX got a Lee Sin,
yeah,
got a Lee Sin
Kiana, I suppose that's true, Kiana, Lee Sin.
You had Camille jungle in Season 8.
In Season 8, so in that case, I thought Camille jungle was Season 7 more than 8.
IG has the world skin for
IG has the world skin for you. You're right, in that case it is 2020, I'm thinking.
Camille jungle, Fiora Aurelia top lane for the world skins.
Season 10 I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that was because that was the down one.
So, so I was trying to think, when was it? Was it because I was like, when was Canyon doing his thing?
Because basically when Canyon was the best player in the world was farming jungle meta. 2020, 21, that was the Graves, and then the year after it was Morgana, Udyr, Hecarim, craziness. That was pretty good. He doesn't have ult.
Oh, I got him kind of caught between the walls. Does he have another hop? No, I think he does.
Nah, he's used everything. You play him.
But yes, slight mistiming on the years there. I was thinking, when was the Canyon era? Was it 2018? No, it was 2018. Anyway, they changed things around, so basically early jungling, not early pathing, wasn't anywhere near as dangerous it was. And it means we've never really had a meta again, really, where things like Elise, Lee Sin have been the defining parts of the meta in the same way.
We did have early jungle Volibear still.
That was true.
And we did have Shin. Well, obviously we've had Shinzao since 22.
Yeah, but
so there has been early gank craziness at points, but it hasn't lasted for a crazy amount of time.
And even then, I feel like the way people play Shinzao these days is more for mid-game skirmishes than for your level 2 ganks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, 2022, and actually early 23 was all about early 3v3 bot lane. So you'd hit basically what was the strongest champion that could fight bot lane at level 3. And Lee Sin did see a little bit of play back then because, I really like this by the way, where Hero's just, you know, tanking away for forever. Water guys can use this uniquely well because he gets a bunch of healing off of it, yeah. But yes, particularly when it came around to the 20. I mean, BLG did this so well with stuff like Kalista and Lucian, right, where you just fight for it. Hang on a second, so they get 1 and out, I guess. Guess you don't want to fight for the next one.
Quad. Okay.
Some Mordekaiser walking at him, he's got a shuffle up. I think he's fine. In terms of like his mobility, not the swoop.
Shifting sands. Can go for a second grab.
Huh. Damn!
Wow, it's like fumble there from FlyQuest.
Because his Inspired wasn't there.
No, he was there and then pulled off.
Yeah, good timing for TSW.
Huh. Because then FlyQuest wastes some time taking second one, which they don't finish.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel great for FlyQuest.
No.
Right?
Hang on, that Kiana could get behind people here, and they drop. Okay, they basically drop away bot for this.
And do they drop the plate? I'm not sure actually. Okay, cycling.
Spring Display Talent. Goodbye.
Okay, so they get the Kiana. I think Die is here. I don't think he's got
He's not got flash
level.
until. No, he's out.
He just used flash, yeah. Okay, he's safe. He's safe.
You know the reason why I was getting super confused by the flasher? Is because in LPL there's that weird mode before they come up where it goes fully off again, and it's like, is it that it's just coming back up? And I've been trained by the LPL, Or was I right the first time and he's just used it?
Gets another one as well, trample, but it is simply auto attack.
LPL overlay issues.
I mean, technically, Tabby do help against Azir because his first item Tabby from Mordekaiser, because it does apply to Azir's W auto attacks and stuff too, but it doesn't feel great not having any armor versus him, or HP yet. So what happened here then? I mean, I would imagine, I mean, you probably should have been on Grassblade, for one. You needed Grassblade.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the Alistair can't combo. You needed to switch to like Grassblade. Especially early, Kiana doesn't... Well, Kiana's not that survivable until she has enough damage to one-shot you as a threat. Okay, it's changing... I guess they want to change lane assignments. Mordekaiser can't hold versus Azir. You really want the Mordekaiser versus anyone else but the Azir. Azir, he's built Tabby first, which means he has 0 MR. Even though it does affect the auto attacks, it's not yeah.
But they will choose some, fight positions like that where Eddie had recalled, so the Kai'Sa was back in base, and so they choose their moment to get a little bit of gold, because gold along the way certainly does help.
Oh, thanks to the stream streak, Kites. I do hope that the people's stream streaks weren't broken by Sam going live frame me and Master some white shuttle the other day.
On it, that was, yeah, luckily it was OBS jankiness.
Yeah, luckily Angie, I think she saved 150 stream streak, but that was a little rough for a while.
But he can also do it defensively.
Yeah,
Sorry about that,
so
Angie.
if your stream streak has disappeared, no, it's Sam's fault. Sam, would you like to apologize to the
I
stream
apologize
streak
for
in chat?
absolutely nothing. You guys got more League of Legends, and you know you love it.
Here's the goddamn raids to go over to... It's fair point. I should actually be doing more of these clips, because it helps me figure it. So I've been doing some roundup videos at the end of each day, which are... just that thing where you round up a day. It's very good.
Moo.
Observers like that,
No further context will be given.
I mean, I get it, guys, I get it.
Where did the plaintive moo come from?
Alistair dying one point, and I thought it was a funny phrase.
Yeah, it was. Probably what it was.
Yeah.
It felt like a very mum phrase. Like, is it a mum thing?
No, it was a me thing.
It was a you thing, yeah.
Ah, I'm okay, sorry about that one. Well, not that I can save your streak there. Sadly, I don't have the powers over life and stream death.
Does he have full Trinity Force in base? Because
Upload random videos? Cool. I mean, I'm not the best video editor, but I have sometimes funny ideas to make something pop a little better. It's just nice to be doing videos again. Okay, Busio has ult. I mean, you have an ulting Alistair here. You just want to wave clear his die. That's fair. Good play. Teleport in. They get a teleport and an ult out of that, and they get dragon. And I mean, Sequels get dragon, and they get but then the other side, FlyQuest get an ult and a teleport. I mean, this game's going fairly slowly. Decent gold lead over to FlyQuest. A lot of it's in mid lane on the Azir. This game is really going to be how well the Secret Worlds close down the carries before FlyQuest's front line and get on their case. It is, yeah. Compliment for Foxy Luxana.
Trinity Forces and Corki is huge. And Quad was already accelerated, so the Azir was already in a fairly good spot. And they're kind of cruising up to build.
Your name rings true today because you are the Lux, the light in the chat.
A
A light in the chat darkness. Alright, it's not a bad trade there from Whippo, actually.
He took 60% of Dire's
Tank, by the way.
Yeah, Sion. The reason that Sion is really annoying because he's so disruptive and does a ton of damage. Whippo could actually get ulted and die here. Yeah.
I mean, Canic Rooker just already synergizes so well with Sion, all that extra health, but being able to do it into the double AP solo lanes as well.
Is the gameplay stream lagging or is it just me?
It shouldn't be.
A bit janky today. Let me check.
Nobody else can teleport in, so he's just running for the minion.
Really wants the minion, so Whippo alters him at melee range. Dire decided to come back in. Whippo has taken a couple of turrets.
He can't clear the wave.
He can't clear the wave. Where's the sulfur? Yeah, he just gets a grass prop. Good grief.
Easy as pie for Whippo on the tank.
Hysterics, I was
Seems to be okay on YouTube.
like, cook up, what is the idea?
Oh no, it is a little bit low frame rate actually.
And the idea was, it's really frustrating to watch all my minions just dying at the tower. And they just wanted to get in there.
Let me go see if I can change some code.
The video on your stream looks like the FPS is dropping bad. Yeah, we're dropping frames.
Not allowed.
That's a big loss as well. Quad was already getting top turret.
Your CPU, have you got anything else on the
back?
background?
Means of hex gates here by Taki, but he's found on his flanking angle, goes back into pit. And it's not like there's a dragon or anything here. The next objective spawns topside.
Just close down extra programs then.
FlyQuest having all that control on the right side of the map, now covering Quippo.
I mean,
great early game.
yeah, what optional programs have you got which are running?
Well, some of it certainly did. Even with the E missing.
Oh, he was having issues too? It might be Twitch being weird, Sam. It might be being... Well, but it's happening on YouTube too. YouTube's... I don't know. I was watching on YouTube and the FPS is still low there. No. It's...
Yeah, no, it's fine now. There was a weird connection thing.
Okay, cool.
Call me speculative. That was
weird.
Not word. Got me crazy.
Fair evaluation.
1700 gold lead between mid laners. Not only.
No, the FPS is still low on YouTube when we're streaming to YouTube too. Wait, I'm just gonna wave and just see if I can see anything on the... Is it the stream or is it the...
And remember, Hero picked this into the zone. Try to do the Whippo special.
And we'll see, you know, as the game progresses. It is currently going pretty well according to FlyQuest.
Been very choppy. Restarted my phone. Yeah.
Towards this mid game, they have a lot of gold in the places that they want. Probably even more than they.
Maybe just change, close down. Is it a CPU thing?
No, it's not.
Okay, encoder. Okay, maybe it's just... No, it's not the feed, Monsters. It's not the feed. I mean, we're watching it fine, because we're watching it on our screen at high FPS, so in terms of...
Because we're... It's genuinely just that whatever connection to that is definitely something that you can count on, you know? Even if they are down in gold, they definitely will look to like fight their way out of a loss rather than sit back and
not seeing any encoder issues.
So we'll see if they are able to pull something out. Whippo currently just pushing on bottom side, and he has no.
But it's happening on YouTube as well. So.
Yeah, well, Whippo's connection.
But they're not contesting any of these.
Our internet, okay, right. Okay, I don't know. I think that the front line's in position now, isn't it? Oh god, damn, it's a lot of damage. But okay, all right. Damn, that's actually not bad from Secret Worlds.
It seems to stabilize again.
Okay. The official stream works fine on YouTube, yeah. Ooh, bloody hell. Okay, Hitso's in a good spot. Then here comes the ZR. He'll... Hang on a second.
I mean, so they did have two people split pushing, and they...
Do it again.
Yeah, I actually want the comms listening, because they clearly intentionally
got anything else active?
Play with three people mid, and they do get burst damage really close to lethal here, but it's not quite lethal. And since nobody had time even for TSW to recall, they cancel their recalls, and he's able to escape, as is Taki for the beginning of it, and Inspired's down. And the two split pushers
Weird.
for
Haven't had problems with that like the whole year. Oh yeah, the stream. Okay, yeah, the stream is really choppy.
Clean up these kills. He does get one, but as far as your evaluations, Hysterics, I would say that was not worth, because you know,
don't know how to fix that.
Quirky flash.
I respect it. It might not be worth, but I respect it.
Yeah. Okay. They're having fun, you know?
Yeah, that's a good
Might be
sign,
multi-streaming.
I mean,
Maybe...
Still ahead in gold. Despite the play, Massive flashing forward still gets a kill.
So earlier in the year, there was a day where multi-streaming really hit quality. Happened to both us and Yamato. So that's why I'm mentioning it, so I wouldn't just dismiss that out of hand.
They figured they could make a like 3v5 clip.
Yeah.
Do you want to cut my YouTube stream to see if it works?
Damage, but not enough.
Hey, we're talking about earning legacies. That's how you start. You know.
Sorry, folks watching on YouTube, but like we need to try and see if this will save the stream quality elsewhere.
The question then becomes, can TSW punish this Corki now? Masu has no summoner spells, so honestly, I would like to see, you know, follow-up repercussions for that play. This Corki here is a vulnerable target. And TSW have quite a few engage tools.
The ults are back up and available, all 10 on the map right now as well. Fly look for mid cryo, and Hero comes from a side while Eddie gets poked out a bit, and this third dragon again, all the focus so that Fly can stop the stacking onto Dire. He'll get out thanks to the blast cone, but the small poke landing here, that is lowering the health bars.
See if they can get any sort of poke damage first. FlyQuest with the vision, leading over towards
I'm not getting any encoding.
Okay, do you want to just kill the
moving here, and since
Do you want to kill the
TSW do have
YouTube
vision
stream?
inside the pits,
Sorry, what
nobody's
is that?
gonna get baited and walk too close.
Okay, we won't do that then.
Stand here. Histo comes from a new angle, drops the Herald. Quad retreats, and Fly are still in this brush. They haven't started yet. Trying to bait them in, and the lure eventually
Okay,
works.
Whipper just gets a run at them as the front line, which is annoying as heck. Range advantage is going pretty hard here.
Ult melee range. Hero has to ult in response, and it's Judgment Day for someone if he can get them in a 1v1, but it's only
Okay, that's a big old flash ult, but I don't like that Dire. Oh no, they get the Azir. You know what, that's actually not too bad. I don't think it's good that Eddie is hitting frontline here. No, you can't be hitting frontline at that. Cyclone's finally in. Yeah, this is the problem. You can't really,
Okay. And that's going to be Otacon as well. That was Dragon. The idea from TSW is good. They're trying to fight WoW. You know, Inspired is taking the Dragon, so...
do it again! Decimating Smash. Masu going to step up to this one as well. Valkyrie on top of Histo.
Yeah, ISP was having a moment.
Masu will get the kill. The slow onto Taki. Team Seeker
Okay,
Wales
right,
check
fair
the
play.
brush. Not once, not twice, 3 times, and they get punished for it.
Okay, we're back. We're good.
Definitely used to handling this type of game, and they are going to stack objective on
Yay,
top of
FlyQuest. I
objective
prefer.
here.
The thing is that for me, I prefer looking at the underdog. Obviously, NA fans are gonna be whatever, but like I do on the whole. If I'm like not attached to either team, I prefer rooting for the underdog.
TSW are talking about how they're going to go for the engage. And they
He really went for like big ults here.
Yeah.
Oh, Dire ended up using his... Dire's E put him into his ult. This happens with the Aurora players all the time. He's like, I have to combo the Azir, and he presses E, punts himself back into the ult.
Yeah. Seen that a few too many times.
And the TSW, the youngest team at the tournament here, is faced with a fairly large problem in FlyQuest here. Since Quad got focused really heavily in that last fight, it is Masu carrying the brunt of the DPS output. Exhaust was also used on Quad, and Masu had good follow-up there. The second carry. Plus, with Otacon plus the
Yeah, it looks like our internet is going to be really weird today,
FlyQuest
folks.
can
So
kinda transition
sadly,
into
that shall
the
be.
mid-game that they
I
envision.
think we just have to live and learn.
Get their 4-1 split push going, or they're honestly they're 1-3-1 at this point. With Azir having flash and teleport, Quad is very, very safe in side lanes, and Whipple is just so tanky. It takes so long to do anything about it that they can do 1-3-1 pretty easily. So TSW, see if they can sneak in and try and attack one of the 3 lanes, one of the 3 prongs of this FlyQuest attack.
Let's make it difficult though, doesn't it? Because you already talked about Quad's survivability or his safety.
Encoding
the same. I mean, this
issues.
Corky pick disappeared for a
Download's
little bit, but there
fine.
is so much survivability yourself with Valkyrie up and available. Hard
I don't know
to
if
win
Secret
that
Wales
flash
can win
you
from a
also
4K
mentioned in the
deficit.
previous fight is now
I
back
think
up
that they've
Masu has been
the last
farming
fight they
quite
ended up hitting
nicely.
frontline too much.
FlyQuest now
Obviously they
grouping
couldn't
up
avoid it, but
top
I think
side
Dire
seems to
get
be
punting
the
himself
go-to
into the
big
ult
bait
wall
against
really didn't help, so they lost one of their big damage sources.
Masu, almost 3 items too. I feel like if a play set up on him, he is taking someone down. This aggression has netted him benefits. Outside of the Raptor wall, everything else has been clean.
Yeah.